All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Tears. A little bit of a different look tonight over here at the beautiful girlfriend Ashley's house. We're out on the back deck, and tonight we're going to try a little bit of the Mellow Yellow straight corn whiskey. Okay, so Mellow Yellow straight corn whiskey, just picked this up for $17. So it's got a little bit of like a cult following / review to it. It always seems to have like really good reviews for a $17 bottle. So I'm excited to try it out. It is bottled in bond, so it's coming in at 100 proof. It's made by Heaven Hill, which is one of my favorite distilleries out there. And a lot of people say that it's basically the base for the Heaven Hill 20 year, which is the straight corn whiskey as well. So a lot of people say this is the base for that, just obviously not 20 years. So you excited to try it tonight, babe?
Not really.
She's not excited to try it, but I'm excited to try it. So we're going to break this bad boy open and try it out tonight. It does, I believe, just have a plastic screw cap. Yep, just a plastic screw cap. Coming in at 100 proof. Let's get the nosing straight out of the bottle, because that's what we do here on the channel. Now, very sweet. A lot sweeter than I was expecting.
It doesn't smell as hot as some of the
Doesn't
other ones
smell
you gave me.
Well, it's 100 proof, so it's you had some 90s, but up to into I think the high 100 and teens,
Yeah.
something like that is what I remember. So this one's coming in at 100. Honestly, smells super sweet on the nose out of the bottle though, but it's a little hard to tell out here. Look at that color though. That is almost just straight yellow. I mean, just like the label with this just a absolutely horrible, ridiculous label on here. We'll just give you a little bit, babe.
Yes, please.
One of maybe the worst looking labels out there in the whiskey world, this Mellow corn. But I'm excited to try it today because I'm a huge Heaven Hill guy, and this thing has a ridiculous following, especially for being $17. If all the bottles I bought in my collection were $17, I would have so much more money in my bank account right now. So, all right, babe, let's get this thing on the nose. Let me know if you smell anything in particular.
Wait, didn't that one guy tell me to open my mouth?
Yeah, that's the one way to do it. You can also start at the top and move towards the bottom of the glass. These aren't exactly whiskey glasses, so we'll see. It might be a little bit harder to get the nose on these.
It kind of smells like paint thinner when I get to the...
Paint thinner.
Yeah, it kind of smells like paint thinner.
I get like a sweet granny apple, which is weird. I was expecting to get a lot more corn notes out of it, but I'm getting like a sweet, the green one. That's the granny apple, right?
Yeah, the Granny Smith.
Yeah, the Granny Smith. That's the one I get. Like a sweet Granny Smith apple.
We are not the same.
We are not the same, but that's good, because if we were the same, then this would be a little bit weird. All right, so, all right. So we're gonna try this, and of course, rank it on the tier system. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, y'all are too. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, babe. Enjoy.
Sure. It's not great.
I didn't try it yet. I just watched her try it there. If y'all were watching, you were. So
It's not great.
Not great.
It like lingers, like the hotness just lingers so long in your throat.
There might be a reason this thing has a little bit of a cult following here, ladies and gentlemen. What? I mean, the nose I'm struggling with a little bit because this glass is so dang big. We don't have everything moved over and unpacked here yet, and probably won't really ever until we get into our final destination. So the nose I'm struggling with a little bit because this thing is so open at the top, but the taste was much better than I was expecting there. Obviously people said good things about this, but I wasn't really believing the hype, mainly because this bottle is so ugly. But I don't know. First good sip. You gonna try the rest of yours?
I don't know if I'm gonna drink the rest of it.
Come on, you gotta try a little bit more now. See if you focus in on some of the flavors. See if you get any flavors on there.
You tell me what you're picking up, and then I'll see if I can pick that up.
There's definitely a very sharp sweetness up front. It goes away on the palate very quickly. I think the end is more where the corn comes in for me. There's definitely a lot more corn towards the end of it, but I'm still trying to pick out. All right, had a little phone malfunction there for a second, so getting back into it. So still trying to pick out what that sweetness is up front, but she likes the big glass because it doesn't burn her nose when she smells it. So okay, there's definitely a little bit of corn husk qualities, but there's a huge sweetness up front and a little bit of vanilla caramely layers in there at the end. I'm still trying to decide what I think that sweetness up front is. Maybe it's that sweet granny apple, but I wasn't really expecting that. What do you think?
I don't get sweet. It just burns. It's not as bad as some of the ones you gave me burn-wise, but...
Yeah. I don't think it's got any burn
good.
for me, at least. Regular whiskey drinker, seasoned guy. But
ugh.
There's definitely a sweetness up front, which I'm leaning towards that green... what did you say it was called?
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith apple. The green one is like super green.
Super green.
And juicy, but...
They're kind of tart, too.
Maybe that's a good way to describe it. Tartness. A little bit of tartness, but super sweet up front, and then it kind of gets into that more corniness, but it's not, for being a straight corn whiskey, I expected it to be like super corny, like more along the lines of something like one of the Texas corn whiskeys is like, but it's really not like that at all. It's just a nice blast of sweetness up front, followed by a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla, and that corn, kind of sweet corn notes throughout the end of it. So I mean, for a $17 bottle, I got absolutely no complaints for a $17 bottle. Is it a one-trick pony? Yes, absolutely. Is it very just kind of run-of-the-mill, nothing special about it? Yes, sure. But it's $17 for, you know, the full bottle. So, what? I mean, you can't really complain about that. Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty decent whiskey. It's hard to, this is the first time I'm doing it in this setting too, so I don't know if maybe the setting is throwing me off. We're outside, it's a little bit chilly because it's still the end of March here in Maryland, and it's kind of a chilly night out. We tried to get the fire thing going, but it wasn't working. I might be out of propane or something, I don't know. So yeah, all right, let me do one more drink and then we will rank it on the tier system. Well, I think you should rank it on the tier system too. Where do you think it should go before I rank it on the tier system? You go ahead and tell me what you think.
I think I would not pick it up off the shelf because
you wouldn't pick anything up off the shelf.
Exactly. So I don't think I should rank anything.
All right. So based on the things that you have had, where in there does it rank? Like bottom, mid, top?
Okay, well, you gave me Ardbeg, which was terrible.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not my least favorite. I liked the Jack, and when I say liked, please take that lightly, because I didn't really like it, but I'd say they were more on the tolerable side, I guess, compared to the others.
Yeah, so for me, one last sip before final rating. I'll tell you what, for $17, I am very impressed. I thought it was going to be super overly corny, maybe that corn husk note that you get out of some of the Texas whiskeys, but I can see why maybe people think this is the base for the 20-year version. I mean, it is Heaven Hill. I'm a huge Heaven Hill fan, pretty much like everything that they do. So on the tier system, I'm officially going to rank it on the C tier. I mean, I can't go higher than C tier because it is very straightforward, very one-trick pony, very, you know, it's there and then it's gone. But for $17 coming in, bottled in bond at 100 proof with the notes that it does give you, it's ridiculous. So I highly suggest you guys try this one out because it's $17. So what do you have to lose if you haven't already? It surprised me today. Didn't surprise her. She still hates whiskey, but you know, maybe one day, 15 years from now, she'll start to appreciate it. So
I'm a little upset that you like this better than some of the bottles that I just randomly picked out off the shelf for you, and mine were more expensive.
That is true. I do like this more. She got me that, if you guys saw recently, I did the Breckenridge PX Sherry Cask Finish. This is infinitely better than that bottle. This is so much better.
Okay, but the other one was way prettier.
Yes, the other one was, this is one of the ugliest bottles on the market. This thing is god-awful ugly. Like, how do you even put this on your shelf and, like, show it off and feel good about it? Like, it's you can't. But, yeah, it's going on the C tier for me. It surprised me. I thought it was probably a lot of smoke and mirrors as far as what everyone was saying about it overall. But, yeah, it surprised me. So thank you, dear, for trying out another one with me.
You're welcome.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're pushing forward on the channel even as things are changing and surroundings are changing here. Eventually, hopefully, we're going to be in a really awesome permanent spot, but It would help a lot if you guys hit subscribe to make that happen. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you for your next drink.